Oh, we received an email for a cooking project. Look.
Let's see what ingredients we got for our challenge.
Jelly, jam any kind, nuts or nut butter substitute.
Nuts or nut butter, jam, dairy, bacon.
Thank you. Pretty vegetarian friendly. No sweetbreads, no squab.
Jelly, jam, nuts or nut butter, dairy and bacon. That doesn't sound too bad.
Bacon and dairy? Whoa! Oh my god!
What's a nut butter substitute? Sounds like a fancy way to say Nutella.
All right, let's see what we can find.
This is my kitchen.
I'm Ron, we're north of Boston, and this is my kitchen. Just out of frame over here is the sink and the dishwasher, and the even more important pantry.
Off we go to the kitchen / dining room / Debbie's remote office / preparation area. It's rather small and concise, but it gets the job done.
Hey guys, I'm Biggie, and this is the kitchen where I'm going to be cooking today.
My name is Ed Kerwin, and I'm from Bloomfield, New Jersey, and this is our kitchen.
Okay, let's see. Here we got the nuts, and yeah, I think we can use some flour as well.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Let's see. Dairy.
Let's see, dairy. Cheese. There we go.
Oh, we have bacon. We have raspberry jam.
We got like 8 kinds of cheese. Eggs, milk, yogurt, so the dairy's covered. The bacon's gonna be a challenge for a vegetarian, but a couple of options and a couple of thoughts on that.
Let's see here. Cat food, that's not going to do it. We have nuts. We got plenty of nuts. Let's see what we got here. Nuts, cashews. Well, okay. Some cashews.
Bacon and some Taylor ham. I'm from New Jersey, so this is just as good as bacon.
Recently learned we have to do this for 20 seconds. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm going to wash my hands. It's very important that you wash your hands before you start cooking, after you start cooking, after you touch doorknobs, after you touch garbage cans, after you basically touch everything right now. And what we're going to do today is do a little riff of my grandmother's chicken cordon bleu, and we'll try to substitute bacon and pork roll for the ham, Mexican cheese for the Swiss cheese because my wife doesn't like Swiss cheese, and then we'll coat the chicken in some crushed up pine nuts.
So I decided I'm gonna cook a bacon wrapped pork tenderloin glazed in hot pepper jelly with Swabian Spätzle, actually walnut Spätzle, and a mushroom cream sauce. And there's some garnish on top of that.
What I've decided to make is a chocolate cupcake with a peanut butter cream cheese filling, raspberry buttercream frosting, topped with bacon crumble. I'm hoping that the saltiness of the bacon against all that sweet acts a little bit like sea salt on a caramel. We'll see.
Okay, I think we've got everything together. We're going to take our tempeh here and make some tempeh slab bacon. And we're going to take all of this stuff and make a masala. We're going to take the milk and we're going to make a paneer, which is a soft Indian cheese. And we're going to put that all together into a paneer and mushroom and fake bacon masala curry. And then we're also going to take some of the paneer and make a sweet. We're going to add some sugar and pistachio nuts and a little almond extract and make some paneer rolls.
Okay, what we've decided to make here is an omelet. Using the ingredients, we're going to have some bacon, we're going to have some dairy, we're going to actually use some strawberry preserves, and we're going to have eggs, of course. Onion, and pepper.
Pink Himalayan salt. Quite a bunch of black pepper. Paprika, very important. And a little bit of cayenne pepper. And then mix them all together. And then cook it up.
Cut the pecan, maple pecan. To put on the chicken.
We toasted up some pine nuts, and now we're going to go throw them all over the floor.
All right, we've got our paneer coming together. The milk's been boiled. We've added our coagulating agent, just waiting for that to cool so that we can strain it and shape it into a block. We've got our fake bacon marinating in the tamari and the smoked seasoning and the smoked paprika, and that'll be finished in a cast iron pan. And then for the masala, we've got our hot peppers, we've got our almond paste, and we've got a paste of onion, garlic, and ginger. We've also got the tomatoes, which have been blanched and hit with an immersion blender to puree.
The secret of this is starting your pan and starting with a hot pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray the pan, and then we're going to set it on the oven at about 2. We want the pan to come up to heat very, very gradually.
Right, so we're going to work on this sauce. I already got the raspberry jam, some soy sauce, some balsamic vinegar, salt, red pepper, and now we're just going to put in some black pepper here into the jam. And we'll just continue to stir this and see if we can't get it to reduce and maybe get a little bit of like a vinaigrette type of a sauce.
Okay. 3 slices of bacon.
There's nothing.
All right, we've got our paneer. It's been pressed and drained, and that's going to go into the refrigerator and chill for about a half hour. We've got our tempeh bacon all marinated and smoked, and that's about to go under the broiler along with the mushrooms. We've got our paneer pistachio mixed with some chopped nuts, a little bit of cinnamon, some powdered sugar, and that too is going to go into the refrigerator, and we'll come out and just get rolled in some chopped pistachios to finish.
So now that the bacon is ready, we're gonna cut it like the nuts.
Okay, while the pan's still heating, we want our most important piece here, and that's the eggs, of course. And we're going to use 4 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. So, separating the egg whites from the yolks. That's 1. And we can test the pan how hot it is by flicking some water in it. And you can hear it sizzling. So now we're going to take the egg mixture and we're going to pour that into the pan, covering the whole bottom. Make sure you get as much egg out of it as you possibly can. There we go. Then we're going to take our mixture and we're going to spread it evenly on the whole, right into the egg as it's cooking here. No need to wait. Okay. Now keep in mind, this actually will feed an entire family, or me for 2 meals, one or the other. And here we go. Spread it all around. And now,
So I laid out the bacon now. I'm gonna actually put the jelly on top of the bacon bed, where I'm gonna actually place the pork tenderloin after the frying in here, wrap it into that bacon jelly goodness, and fry it once more from the outside and stick it.
So now we're gonna stuff the turkey breast with the cheese. Faut bien, hein? Ah, ça laisse la télé. You have to put a lot of brie.
All right, so we got the chicken in the oven, boiling some rice for a little accompaniment. And here we got our sauce reducing. And here we have our wine reducing.
All right, so we've got our paneer cubed and just browning off a little bit in a little bit of oil. And we've got our masala, which is our tomatoes, onion, garlic, Indian spices, the almond paste, and a little bit of apricot preserves. And we're going to be plating shortly.
Okay, to the walnuts I added a bunch of flour, I added 4 eggs, I added some salt in there and a little bit of water, and now I'm gonna mix it all together and make German Spätzle out of it, which is German egg pasta.
Okay, so here we have eggs and the crumble, pecan with bacon and maple syrup. The turkey, we got this. Here we go. And we're gonna put it in the oven for like 40 minutes.
All right, so now we got some color on here. You can see we got some color on each side. Last thing we're gonna do is finish this off in the oven. Keep it in 400 degrees for about 10 minutes and then we'll see what's up.
A little bit of sour cream, just all creamy goodness. And done is the cream sauce.
Let's plate, shall we? Got some salad with tomato, red onion, walnuts, and cheese. So we got our dairy and nuts incorporated into our salad. So we got a little rice there. Lastly, we'll take our chicken. One down, 2 down. Lastly, we'll go ahead and drizzle it with some of our raspberry sauce. And put a little bit over the salad dressing. Very important, take the toothpicks out before you eat the chicken.
Ça. Ça. Et la sauce. And the sauce.
We've got our filled cupcake and our raspberry jam frosting. Gonna put a healthy dose of this on here. Just like that. And we have our bacon crumbles. Just a few for salty flavor. And there you go.
And here we have our spicy and sweet masala paneer, or paneer masala, with some smoky tempeh bacon on top and a sliding, rolling paneer pistachio Sweet.
Take it out of the pan, and here we have it. Tom's all-day omelet, made in about 10 minutes.
Challenge accepted, Lacey.
Challenge accepted, Lacey.
Here we are. Peanut butter filled chocolate cupcakes with raspberry buttercream frosting and a bacon candy crumble. Challenge accepted, Lacey.
Challenge accepted, Lacey.
Lacey, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted, Lacey.
Yeah, so.
Would you shut up? I'm trying to do a show.
I want to see George.
He's okay. George will be here in a minute. Hold on.
I want to see Pumpkin.
No, you don't want to see Pumpkin in my house. There's George.
Buddy.
Georgie.
Stop.
Yep.
All right. You know what? I guess we might as well go. It's 7:36. So let's okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey.
So glad you guys took part in the Chop Challenge, the Friends Chop Challenge. I invited you guys because I thought you guys would bring it. It would be fun. And most importantly, you answered my email. So thank you for answering my email.
The very best friends do.
Yeah. So
It was fun.
okay.
We'll leave it up to you to determine whether we brought it or not.
No, you guys, okay. You
I agree
took
with
part
that.
in it, and you made a meal, and you recorded it, and you shared your thoughts with it. That's bringing it in my book. I think it's like I'm kind of bored with the Zoom meetings where everyone, oh hey, how you doing, holding up signs and all that shit. So I figured we'd do something that was a little bit of a challenge, something a little bit fun, and a little bit.
No.
And to be honest, I've never watched the TV show Chopped. So
Really?
I don't really have any clue what I'm doing. So, Biggie, what?
It's actually it's disappointing to hear, to be frank.
I'm sorry. You know, it's Biggie. Right off the bat, what was your impression on doing this? Like the pressure of having to record yourself cook and then get it in on time and label it and all that. What are your initial thoughts on it?
My initial thoughts were that it was actually much harder than I expected when I answered yes to the email. And I actually had to record myself multiple times doing the same thing over again, especially also the first introduction. It was very easy. It's like just where camera do we see and can I be in the middle of the screen? That was actually much harder than I expected. But yeah, so the cooking was fun, and I think doing the recording, doing the cooking, at some point in the beginning, I really took care that thing was recorded fine, and then at some point we just cranked it out. Yeah.
I
I'm like,
felt it.
okay, that's gotta go.
Yeah.
I felt a ton of pressure trying to film when I was cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, for
going
sure.
solo. Solo is really hard.
Yeah.
I just felt pressure overall. Like I was getting assigned a homework project from Jonathan, and I had this like pressure building on me. Like I needed to get my project done and submit it on time to be graded.
Wow, you're so unlike my students who really don't feel like they have to do anything right now.
I felt a ton of pressure to meet your very strict guidelines as far as how long a clip should be.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Watched your rough cut, and I was like, wait a minute. Nobody else paid attention to that.
Okay, I edited another one, and it's supposed to be like shot 4A, shot 4B, shot 4C. It went up to like shot 4X.
Oh my God.
Okay, pump the brakes. I can't put. It's not your cooking show.
That's funny.
But it was all good stuff, and it gave me a lot of stuff to work with. Nikki, what are your thoughts? Do you think are we happy with the outcome?
No, it was really fun. The clips that I was able to submit
No
to
way,
you
please.
were ones that Andrew, who's my son, videoed for me. So when I had a camera person, it was easier to handle. I had several clips that I'd taken of just myself, but I got flustered with the trying to do it and make sure I was in the screen and all that. And so I had it vertical and not horizontal, which I know is like the biggest sin. I'm like, oh, now I can't, exactly. Well, I can't use that clip. But other than that, it was really fun. I'm not a natural on camera, and I could see, like, I could feel that in my clips. It's a little weird, but I think that could get better over time. Just like not worrying so much about it.
That's really what happens. The more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Yeah.
Ron.
But it was fun. It was like a fun evening of, us just kind of doing this project.
It's something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
And that's what, that's what all the other people that are doing it. It's like, wow, that was weird and fun. With a little bit of pressure. Ron, friggin' cheese. You made cheese.
What the heck, Ron?
It took a long time. I don't know whether you noticed the lighting was different for the first couple of shots versus the last shots. And I had the kitchen window open and you could hear the peeper frogs outside.
Yeah.
Wow.
It took a long time, primarily for it to for the way to drain out of it. It was like an hour and a half, and you're, depending on whose instructions you follow, you're not supposed to squeeze it out because that makes it tough and chewy. And so I gently
Ron, I gotta ask, so you literally made curds and whey?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did it again yesterday, and it went a lot more smoothly.
Let me ask you, would you do it again? Would you do that whole meal over again?
Yeah, I would make it again. I would enjoy it a whole lot more if I wasn't doing it while I was under the pressure of filming.
Right.
But I would tweak it. I wanted to sort of incorporate the bacon, the fake bacon, a little bit better, and it just ended up sort of being like Lincoln Logs stacked on the top of it. I would make it again. So,
Ed, what was your inspiration for your recipe?
I laughed so hard out loud when you pulled the Taylor ham out of the refrigerator.
Jersey strong.
Not being a Jerseyite, but having a number of friends who are from that area and knowing the legend of it, I laughed out loud when I saw that.
Okay, Ed, real quick, can you explain what Taylor ham is?
It's a pork byproduct where they kind of take a bunch of crap and make a roll of it, and my wife's like, you just called it a bunch of crap. No, it's they take all the remaining pork bits and they put it into a sausage casing and they smoke it, and it's got a certain type of flavor and feel to it. And it used to be called Taylor ham, and then the FDA changed it to pork roll. So in New Jersey, there's a huge argument in different parts of the state what you call it. But the inspiration behind the meal was, if you ever watch those food cooking shows, which obviously John doesn't, right? They always come up with some like story of like, I remember being a kid growing up and, my mom doing this or doing this with the family. So, my grandmother always made chicken cordon bleu. So I thought that it'd be, pretty useful to take, bacon or Taylor ham, wrap that, in cheese and kind of use that in place of the ham and Swiss cheese. And then you can use the pine nuts to coat the chicken.
Nice.
Clever.
But
Yeah.
my wife was recording me with the chopper, and I think I got a little too excited. And I kind of made pine nut butter instead of just chopping them. So I had to, kind of use a little bit of breadcrumb to make it a little bit more layered
Well, that was a suitable alternative, though, or not substitute.
Yeah. Although I still had the pine nuts in the breadcrumb, but I would have preferred it to have been more pine nutty. But next time we'll we'll add more pine nuts and do it right.
So you guys are probably wondering who the hell Lacey is and why I had you say that in the script. I forgot to change the script.
I knew, John. I knew.
So who is she?
I knew.
I asked you if it should be challenge accepted Jonathan or challenge accepted Lacey.
At that point, I was like, "Screw it, go with it, Ron." You know.
I said to Leanne, like, what my last thing was going to be, challenge accepted John, and then my wife was going to go in the background, like recording me. No, you're supposed to say Lacey, and I was going to go, who the hell is Lacey?
Well,
but
yeah.
She's like, no, don't do that. We know, because we knew who Lacey was from watching the other videos.
Right. Thank you for watching the other videos. Lacey is the culinary arts teacher at the high school, and we've been talking for years about doing a video contest. I mean, it's not even a contest, just a video challenge. And as soon as we got locked down, we started climbing the walls, and within a week we had a pilot together to try and you got to cook, you know, you got to keep things interesting. And so I figured that we would start challenging our colleagues and to seeing what they would come up with. It's an interesting thing to see other people's kitchens. It really is.
Yeah,
it's something that
for sure.
I think people really voyeuristically, or for whatever it is, they just want to see what other people's kitchens. If only be like, oh, I want to see how clean their kitchen is, but you know, or how clean their fridge is, and all that.
Before I watched your last episode, I did know that I was going to clean my kitchen before I actually did my filming of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I screwed up. I'm like, oh, let me just record my kitchen, and it's a mess. Okay, great, that's fantastic.
I didn't really worry about cleaning myself up, but the kitchen, I made sure it was cleaned up.
Yeah.
It was kind of a nice reality check, though, because I think, me at least, I can get into this, oh, my countertops are outdated, and I wish my kitchen was better, and I wish I could do this, and like dreaming of the magazine kitchen. And to see that like people are working in all kinds of situations, it's like, okay, cool, we're all just making this work. It was cool.
And with the weekly show that we're doing at work, the head of the art department, Joy, she's like, and this makes me clean my kitchen every week. So
yeah, it's that too. Yeah.
Biggie, would you make it again, or is that a staple that you always make?
Oh no, I've never made that before. I did not even have a real recipe for that. I just came up with that kind of on the fly. I mean, it's like obviously there were some things which I made before, which is spätzle.
I wanted to see you make that, Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we need to be for that.
But I've never put in nuts in there. But I've eaten that before in restaurants in Germany. So I figured, okay, I can just put that in there. It tastes really well. What I did not consider is that I have to chop the nuts really, really fine to make them go through my spätzle machine. So they didn't actually go through. So that's why I had to actually cut it all by hand and create them by hand, which was a little bit more extensive than I figured it should be. Yeah.
What was it? Was the texture in the spätzle good?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was fine. But they were not really even as they usually are when they come out of the machine. That's why there's not a real close-up of the meal in the end. Yeah, and I think the bacon around the pork tenderloin, I should have kind of tied that there. That half fell apart, taking it out of the oven. It was a little bit hard there, but it tasted really good. So the idea to put jelly and the bacon around the pork tenderloin was really, really good. So I'm happy. I want to use that as one of my staples now.
I like how you use the hot pepper jelly and not a sweet. That was clever.
Yeah. Ed was hoarding all of the toothpicks, otherwise you could have used toothpicks.
Yeah, thanks for the tips, Ed. I really enjoyed that, to make sure you keep the toothpicks out. Nikki.
Yeah.
Nice job on your icing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I was a little concerned because I had raspberry preserves. And I went to a couple of stores to look for seedless for the icing because I was very worried about having seeds in it and couldn't find it. And it turned out totally fine. In fact, You didn't even notice them because you had the crunch of the bacon in the icing too. But that was some tasty ice cream. I will do that again in a heartbeat.
Nice.
Really good.
We didn't get to see the inside. I was really anxious to see the inside of the cupcake with the filling.
Yeah, it was good. If I did it again, I might try and have just a peanut butter flavored cupcake instead of the peanut butter filling. My son's in the other room saying he completely disagrees. He loved the filling. So
Nice.
each their own.
It's weird when you have to jam all the ingredients in. Like sometimes you feel like you're forcing it.
The only force was the bacon for me, but I thought it was like, I really did relate it to, sea salt caramel or something. And I was like, how bad could this be? And honestly, there wasn't a moment of like, that's okay. It was just like, oh, that's actually really good. Like it worked.
Yeah, Ron, talk about forcing bacon, Mr.
Yeah,
Vegetarian.
right.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've done the tempeh bacon. There's another way you can do it with coconut and liquid smoke. And I was my original hope was to be able to do that, but I couldn't find a fresh coconut and I couldn't find the large flake coconut.
Why not? Why can't you find a fresh coconut?
What's your issue, Ron?
Leanne says hello.
Hey, Leanne. Leanne, hold on. Get Leanne. Hold on, get Leanne back here. Impartial observer, Leanne, how good was the meal?
It was really good.
Yeah?
It was delicious. We devoured it.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
you didn't see the second batch of ones we made where I actually cooked the bacon and Taylor ham a little bit before I put them in. Because the first time the bacon wasn't as good because it was just cooking inside the chicken. But we learned for the second batch, and I totally would do it again.
That way.
Yeah. There's things you learn. I mean, there were some outtakes that you didn't see where I turned the burner off for the sauce and it had sat there. So when I was plating my first one, I couldn't get the sauce out of the pot because it kind of had like gelled again. And I was like, well, it's a good thing there's two plates because we'll just do it again with another one.
Professional chefs have issues. I don't know if you guys know Ludo Lefebvre or something like that, a French chef in LA. And he does wine.
Ed's got a mic on, so we can't hear you.
I got a mic on.
Talking to Ed's mic.
Anyway, you can tell him how he set himself on fire.
Yeah, he set himself on fire in one of his videos. But there's one of the things that I learned is we're not obviously professional chefs, so a lot of us only had one take of doing something. And when we were doing the sauce, the first video of me putting all the ingredients into the pot, Leanne accidentally was taking pictures of me doing it. So then I'm like, okay, we'll just have to point out to all the ingredients that we put in the pot.
Yeah.
Stop action video.
Well, that is the thing. Like when your kitchen light's on fire, you tend to stop recording and put the phone down. The last video that we had, somebody was grilling corn and it caught on fire out on the grill. And I was like, we need more of that, but you need a professional film crew to be able to catch that, because if you have the wherewithal to roll on your kitchen getting lit on fire, I think you've got your priorities kind of screwed up.
Good, Jonathan.
Do you got any final comments on this?
When do I get to try all of that?
I know. That's the only bummer, is not being able to taste it all.
I mean, it's not undoable, right?
No, it really isn't. The logistics would be tough, especially with Jersey and maybe Quebec. Ev's not here. She didn't make it on. I'm going to try and record something with her and jam it in. And we'll see.
Get that baby in the shot. That
of course.
Countertop.
Can't not be in the shot. She's.
Oh my God.
She can't feel not the baby.
I'll make sure Phil's got his shirt on, Nikki.
Not necessary.
So, all right, guys, thank you very much for participating, indulging me, and I think it was a lot of fun. I'm glad
It was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do it again.
Yeah, till next time.
Yeah.
Until next time. That sounds good. I
Yeah.
like that.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
bye, everyone.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all.